Yeah, we want to be better. We got to get off to better starts. That's the goal for us long term, is to get off to better starts, set the tone in our first quarters. I think when we've done that in general this season, we've done a good job overall. But it does start on the defensive end. It feels like as we go in most of these games, we find our footing and our way defensively. Third, fourth quarter, I think we're one of, if not the top defensive team rating wise, second half of games, and we got to apply that to the first quarter. That's really where it's got to start for us to get to where we want to and be the team that we believe we can be. So that's the goal, Richard.
Sam Perley.
Hey, JB, hope you're doing well. Facing Portland tonight, a lot of ISO ball from Lillard, Carmelo Anthony. I mean, what do you have to be cognizant of defensively playing a team whose offense is kind of so heavily dominated by one guy, not as much passing as you see from some of the other teams in the league?
Well, he's a tremendous talent. Dame, he distorts your defense just like Steph does. Little different of a team, different style, but both have a way of distorting your defense. So there's a great challenge here. A lot of ISOs, a lot of one-on-one, a lot of pick and roll. He can score in a number of ways. So we just got to be locked in, Sam. That's the biggest thing. We just got to be locked in. They got our full attention, Lillard and Carmelo. They're both playing at a high level. So it's going to take multiple bodies, multiple efforts. Hopefully we'll have our defense set tonight. The transition game is going to be important. Getting back and setting our defense is going to be really important for us, making sure we pick Dame up high and early and showing him a crowd. So, special, talented group offensively for sure.
Thank you.
Rick, go ahead.
Hey, JB, I found it interesting recently when somebody asked you about playing games with no fans whatsoever, and you said, more than anything else, it's just odd. Now that you've played some games on the road, with limited capacity fans in the building, do you notice those games having any different atmosphere than when there are no fans?
Absolutely. If there's 3,000 in the stands, it feels different. I think you felt like Utah maybe had more than the 3,000, but Phoenix, you felt it. You definitely felt the energy. It's not, your normal NBA game, but just having some fans instead of just a dead arena does feel different. And, you got to ask my guys, but I think they would agree. Just having some people in the stands is important. They love playing in front of fans. There's a different vibe, a different energy. I think we saw it in Atlanta early in the season, and our guys fed off of that. We saw it in Utah. And I'm thrilled to get it, back in our stadium. So looking forward to that.
LaMelo has 18 trips to the foul line in the last two games. What does it say when teams, on the regular start having to foul somebody? Is in the cat and mouse game, is that like a different level?
Well, I mean, for us, it's important, for us to get to the free throw line, no matter who it is extremely important. It's one of those values we have offensively, is to be aggressive, to get to the rim, put pressure on the rim. And that's what I think you've seen out of LaMelo. He's not settling. It's one of the things we've talked about the last couple of games, is him not settling for some jump shots. I want him taking, perimeter shots, but the right shots. And he's not settling. He's getting to the rim. He's got a knack to draw these fouls. I mean, he's 19 and he's already doing this. He's already figuring out how to, make plays in the paint and draw contact and, get himself to the free throw line. And that's not easy to do. Some guys never get it. Some guys get it very late in their career or, later down the road. This is a kid that, he has that craftiness about him that he's able to do this. So it's one thing we've emphasized of late for him: more pressure on the rim, more pressure in the paint. And obviously the last couple of games, it's led to fouls. So, and it allows us to set our defense. It's important. Good teams in this league, they get to the free throw line, they set their defense, they can talk out their coverages. So for us, it does really help our defense as much as our offense.
Last season, Cody Martin very specifically said, and the expression he said that the coaches used with him was hunting hands. He said that something that he had never been taught in college was specifically to seek out the ability to create shooting fouls. Is that something you guys emphasize? Is it something you literally teach toward?
What I'll say is part of our development program, we value this, it's a skill, and we value it. And there's, I've seen teams increase their free throw production literally in a year. And, as you go back and you study it, certain players have made adjustments. And that's probably the best way I can put it, Rick. And, you got to be crafty, you got to be savvy, you got to draw the contact. And there's certain things that we teach and emphasize to do that. So it is part of our development program.
And that's all I meant, was that there is a skill to this that can be taught. That's all. Thanks.
Yeah, there is. And some guys can pick it up and have a knack for it more than others.
Danny Thompson.
Coach Danny Thompson with the 3-point conversion. Enes Kanter is the starting center for the Portland Trail Blazers, and is not exactly the most fleet of foot athlete when it comes to protecting the paint. How important is it to
I won't tell him you said that. I won't tell him you said that.
I will. I mean, I'll, if I see him next time, I'll tell him. But I think I could beat him in a foot race. But the question is, the most important thing with PJ last night was he started getting his shot going from the outside in. How important is it to pull him hitting his shots early to get Kanter away from the rim, to allow LaMelo and Terry and the other guys to get to the rim at a better rate than like they did last night?
Well, having PJ at the 5 will allow us to do that. I'm not sure he'll start on PJ in this game. My guess is he'll start on Biz. But, in general, to answer your question, I think that's a way to stretch him and to pull him away from the rim. And all big guys in general. When PJ, he's one of those skilled bigs, and that's the value for PJ. He has the ability to score around the rim in the paint, post up smalls, post up some 4s, and still stretch him out to 3. When you have both those things going, that's a tough cover. And I think he really opened up our game last night a lot offensively, just his ability to knock down shots, driving closeouts, creating for his teammates. And then obviously he got some stuff around the rim as well, and the pocket passes and the post ups. So you put that all together, it just, takes our offense to another level, and it really stretches teams out.
Last question will go to Christos.
Hello, Coach. First of all,
Hi,
how was
Christos.
the last 24 hours for your team? And also, how important for you is to bring the same resiliency on the court tonight?
Yeah, same resiliency tonight, same energy, same focus. We came here to win a game. There's no, we're not giving into fatigue. We're not giving into the schedule. We're not giving into injuries. We fight on. We got enough bodies in this room to get it done tonight, and we got to go make it happen. It's resiliency, it's effort, it's communication. This is a defining game as far as character. We don't give in right here. And the schedule says you want to give in. That's not the mentality of this team. The mentality is we're here to win every single game we step on the floor for.